Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Distance Reiki. It's wonderful to see you all again. I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any requests for your personal healing and greater well-being. We are going to start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid with all of your requests in mind. And after that, I'm going to send you all a beautiful Reiki session over that grid that you can enjoy anytime, anywhere, including right now here live. So let's go ahead and before we dive in, if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you would like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as are all my social media and my email newsletter. So let's go ahead over and start building that grid. Awesome. So as per usual, we are starting off with, let me put me in the center there. As usual, we're starting off with this beautiful mirror. This helps to reflect any negative energy. This is copper that helps to break up any energy blockages. Peridot helps with tummy troubles as well as releasing feelings like guilt, anger, and jealousy. It helps with breaking bad habits, and it also helps boost good friendships. We've also got some blue lace agate in here. This helps with skin allergies, sore throats, tension headaches, expressing things that are really difficult to share emotionally. And it can also be helpful for the skeletal system, especially for things like arthritis and even fractures. And moss agate. Moss agate helps with anything that is spreading through the body quickly that you don't want there, like, say, a cold or an infection. Wonderful, too, for any kind of psychological work, especially inner child work, and it really helps us to feel connected to spirit. So that is moss agate. So let's go ahead, say hi to everyone here, and then start adding to the grid. Let's see. MC Spiritual Healer, Renee, Allie, good to see you. Chris, lots of love to you. I hope today's a better day. JS, and Joanna, it's good to see everyone. Sorry I didn't have I usually have the live listed hours before we go live, but somehow I managed to overlook it today. I've had just like a slew of medical appointments and things like that. I'm behind in so many things. I'm so sorry if I'm behind in anything with you. So let's see. Joanna, hello to you from me and Gertie and Hattie. And I am well, thank you. It is sunny and beautiful where I am at too, Renee. I hope it is where you are. JS, intentions to reconnect with your creativity, make new connections and friendships, and dating, and to help navigate the end of a friendship. Oh, gotcha. So let's do, let's start with creativity. Making new connections, definitely honey calcite. Amber and some Dalmatian jasper. So for the end of that friendship, and let me just turn my volume up a bit. Let me know if I'm too loud or anything. We'll start with Dalmatian jasper. Dalmatian jasper has black tourmaline in it, and black tourmaline helps to break up negative energy. It more or less repels it. So going through a stone like this, it helps to deep clear old energy patterns and release them. This can help with things like releasing cynicism, energy clearing in general, so that we don't have to take any jadedness with us. It can also be really helpful for letting go of the past, maintaining composure, and also it's good for physical protection, as well as help with digestive issues, whether it's something chronic or something acute. So that is Dalmatian jasper. I also feel like for the navigating the end of a friendship, another good one could be aquamarine. So aquamarine is lovely for forgiveness, whether it's I forgive you and let you go, or I forgive you and give you another chance. It helps equally with both. It's helpful too for the teeth, gums, and healthy body circulation, as well as deflecting any kind of petty or low vibe or immature behavior patterns. I jokingly call it the anti-Karen stone, and it also helps with setting up a tone for may justice prevail. But most of all, I think the forgiveness aspect can be really helpful here. So I'm going to bring that in. This ends up in most of our grids, and I feel like this is a good one to bring in for this intention. Let's see, bring that in a little more. There we go. And there we go. I'm going to bring in amber to help with the creativity, because it can also help with releasing emotional blocks as well as just general negativity, and it helps attract lasting love. So this could help in the dating department. It's wonderful for teething and tooth pain, as well as softening rigid beliefs and attitudes. It can help with things like depression and seasonal affective disorder. It brings in a lot of luck and protection, and it's also helpful for any kind of mental health support. So that's what we're going to bring in. And for finding new friends and just good people in general that kind of vibe with you, let's go ahead and bring in one of our favorites, honey calcite. This helps to attract the best people into your life that are a good balance for you right here and now, from neighbors to colleagues to new friends, everything in between. Also helpful for postmenopausal women, and I know it might not look like it, but I am one, and this is very helpful for optimism in really difficult times. So that is honey calcite. And I hope that that helps, JS. Lots of love to you, and I hope everything goes well. Ooh, draw some cards as I build the grid. Sounds like a good plan. And Athena Nicole, Flower and Little Tree, welcome in. It's so good to see you all. Let's see. Let's bring in some of Chris's requests. So we'll bring in some rhodochrosite, leopard skin, carnelian, moonstone, rhodolated, and Super 7. So let's start there, and then I'll keep folding more of your requests in as we go. So Super 7 is lovely for making any kind of big changes in your life, especially if you're working towards like a larger goal. Helps with intuition, clarity, channeling, any way that you want to connect to spirit for answers. Helpful for strengthening your energy field and for general peace and harmony, as well as healing past lives and karmic factors. Can also be helpful for connecting to the earth in healing the earth and ecology. So that is Super 7. And if you hear any noise outside, that's just West Philly enjoying the sunshine. And the way that West Philly does. So this is rose quartz. Rose quartz is lovely for the heart center. If you feel emotionally kind of empty or emotionally just sort of withdrawn and overwhelmed, or just like need a good spiritual hug, this can be a lovely stone. Also really helpful if you're working on larger terms of helping yourself to see your own value, your own worth, and that you deserve things like unconditional love. So this is a beautiful stone for anyone working through those patterns. So that is rose quartz. Next, we'll bring in rutilated quartz. This is clear quartz with what looks like, almost looks kind of like hair, and those are actually rutils. Rutilated quartz helps to boost energy, especially for really run down or just getting over an illness. Also really helpful for focusing the mind and focusing energy for any reason if you have an intention around focus. This has often been seen as like a talisman or a great gift for someone who is dealing with cancer, with the intention that it help focus all of those treatments that they're getting to where they'd be most helpful in the body. So that is rutilated quartz. Okay, and moonstone. Yesterday's full moon was something. So moonstone helps us to better connect with not only the lunar cycles, but also the larger patterns and rhythms in nature. It helps to connect with the divine feminine, it sparks intuition, and it helps with connection to ancient spiritualities and healing modalities. Also helpful for attracting significant love relationships, for connection with divine timing and acceptance of divine timing, and also protective of travelers and women. So that is moonstone. So let's go ahead and put that, I'll put that right next to that. There we go. I always think of moonstone as being very connected with the high priestess in the tarot. There we go. Selenite helps to reflect nothing but pure white light, which can leave the energy of a space or even items it's touching much clearer than it was before. This is also a lovely stone to help you connect with your spirit guides and even your angels. And I just recommend not putting it in water, but that is selenite. It's also good for clearing our own energy field. Carnelian helps with everything regarding relationships. This is very connected with the sacral chakra. That's the center beneath the navel that connects with relationships, from large relationships, how we relate to society and community, and also interpersonal relationships, our close, intimate relationships. This also involves intimacy, sexuality, sensuality. It helps to attract romantic love, and it's lovely for creativity, as well as healing colds, allergies, and even healing wounds. So let's go ahead and bring in carnelian. There we go. Leopard skin jasper helps to support the healing of our animal companions. It also helps to connect with our animal guides and guardians. It's wonderful for attracting a soulmate and healing anything that impacts the skin, while also being helpful for good coordination and balance. So that is leopard skin jasper. And rhodochrosite helps with healing any kind of maternal or motherly kinds of wounds, spiritually or emotionally. Helpful too for mother-baby bonding, connecting with deceased animals as well, and deceased pets as well as ancestors. Helpful for asthma, stress, headache, and heart and circulation, as well as lots of just telepathy, channeling, things like that. So that is rhodochrosite. There we go. If we start out even, we do well. If we start out uneven, we don't. There we go. Okay, and I will come back for the rest of yours, Chris. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. You're welcome, JS. Oh, that's beautiful, Renee. May I please have something as a thank you for the abundance in our lives? This full moon helped me to shed the old feelings of lack. Hope this great feeling continues. I hope it does too. Let's see. Something that helps us with being grateful for the abundance in our lives. Oh, that's a good one. Let's see. What could help with that? You know, the first one that popped to mind, I think, is the one to go with, and that is aragonite. So aragonite is a type of calcite that was formed from mollusks, and this can be really helpful for quite a few things. Number one, healing old wounds, a lot for emotional strength. It helps to clear all of the energy fields. It's wonderful for speeding physical healing and balancing the hormones, as well as relieving stress that we hold in the body as tension. Also helpful for just generally the root chakra, which is our center of basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, fear and safety, as well as our Earth Star chakra, which is where we can take our soul's purpose and make it actionable and show up in our lives in the most connected way. Also really helps with calming an overactive mind, and it's very grounding. I always feel like this is a great stone for perspective, grounding, and kind of like deep clearing to move forward in the best possible way. So I feel like this is probably the stone that would be most aligned with your request. So that is aragonite. Not all aragonite looks quite spiky like this. You can still find it tumbled where it's smooth. So just to let you know, but oh, I hope that helps. That's a beautiful intention, and thank you so much. I'm also going to bring in jade. Jade in general is helpful for peace of mind and balance of the body, mind, and spirit connection. It helps with achieving things and making our dreams a reality. And it's also really helpful for confidence, resourcefulness, to ground stress, and with prioritizing ourselves, which can be really hard. It's also wonderful for good fortune and improved fortune and luck, as well as empowerment of the self. And this is sacred in both China as well as to the Mayans. And so I feel like this is a really beautiful stone to kind of show that spiritual gratitude. Thank you so much for the beautiful request. There we go. And all the best to you. So good to have you. Allie, hope you're doing well. Gotcha. MC Spiritual Healer popping on to help with energy this week. Feeling drained and from having too many events that you've been vending at over the past few weeks. Gotcha. So let's give you some physical energy and some rest. So let's... Okay, so let's bring in some Bumblebee Jasper. Good. So let's definitely bring in that Bumblebee Jasper. This helps with boosting physical energy as well as confidence, vitality, mental focus. It also helps with that, like, let's get the work done kind of vibe. It brings in tons of motivation and positivity as well. And it can also help with decision making and balancing yin and yang energies in the body. Do be careful with this stone. It does have large amounts of sulfur as well as arsenic, but that is Bumblebee Jasper. And I also felt to bring in for you some fluorite. I know doing big events like that can be a lot. It can be a lot of energy, and that's not a surprise to anyone that's ever vended in anything before. This is fluorite, and this helps to kind of be the calm of the storm. It helps to ground chaotic energy, and it also helps us to relax. And it can also help us to thrive in really chaotic environments. So I feel like some fluorite for you to help you like relax out of that, very action-oriented, get up and go kind of energy can be really helpful. So that is fluorite. So all the best to you, MC. Hope you are doing well. Okay. Hey, Patty and Key, good to see you. Vincent, lots of love. Flower would like some help for mobility, fear, spiritual stuff, understanding, and sparking, and spark for life, please. Gotcha. So let's bring in some polychrome jasper. Spiritual stuff and understanding. And yeah, we'll why not bring in some emerald too? So polychrome jasper and emerald do have a little bit of overlap, but I think both can help. So polychrome jasper is one that helps us to reinvigorate our soul's purpose and our feelings of purpose in life. Wonderful for breaking through and bringing in lots of motivation, lots of self-confidence. And on physical mobility, this helps to encourage physical mobility as well as supporting your body to help you to do that more. It's great for the joints as well as the lower extremities. And it can also help with the Earth Star chakra, which we just mentioned with the aragonite. The Earth Star chakra is where we can act upon our soul's purpose. So that is polychrome jasper. Emerald definitely has a little bit of an overlap there in that it helps us to reinvigorate our zest for life and living. It also helps with bronchitis, the lungs, upper respiratory tract. It helps to heal skin and tissue, and it also helps to restore our confidence around our appearance, especially if it's something that we are particularly sensitive about. So that is emerald. Prehnite helps us with spiritual stuff for sure. It's wonderful for spiritual learning as well as teaching. It can help to stop a wandering mind during meditation or spiritual work. It's wonderful for things like lucid dreaming or any practice of connecting to spirit. And it's helpful for anemia, gout, the kidneys, and bladder. So wonderful too for helping maintain healthy boundaries and not taking on the unfair demands of others. So that's prehnite. Blue kyanite helps with spiritual understanding and understanding intuitive guidance. It also helps with self-acceptance, with neurological care, and with making healthy changes in our lives. Also really helpful for harmonizing things like spite and pettiness. So that is blue kyanite. And let's bring in some ruby for helping us to release some fear. In addition to that, ruby also gives us the confidence to be our truest self and lends tons of leadership skills. Helps with fibromyalgia pain, love, fertility, releasing not only fears, but also helping us to relieve nightmares. Wonderful for financial stability and making good decisions. Decisions that are really in alignment with our highest good. So that is ruby. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Good to see you and lots of love. I hope that helps, Flower. You're welcome, Chris. Oh, good. I'm glad you and Eva are both doing better. Lots of love. And thank you everyone that was so supportive of Chris yesterday. I always appreciate that so much. For Patty, let's bring in some red tiger eye, some tiger iron, Amazonite, good stuff. So let's start with tree agate. Sacred in Ayurveda. It helps with balancing the different doshas within the body. Those are the 3 different body types. We have them all within us, but at the same time, it's that matter of finding our personal healthy balance. This can help us to achieve that physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It's lovely for calming the emotional and physical nerves, dissolving the ego, and helping us to maintain a sense of inner peace. It's also wonderful for noticing and moving on from like bad habits and things that are holding us back. And it can also help us with making new connections. So this will also support JS. So that is tree agate. Smoky quartz, which I know to also be Little Tree's favorite. This is helpful for protection and transmuting energy for the better. It helps to calm worry, break down energy blockages, and it's been used since at least the Middle Ages to help protect property. It's wonderful for hope in uncertain times, and for anyone who deals with chronic pain, this is a lovely stone to work with. Helps too with the flexibility of body as well as the mind, and definitely like being flexible to new opinions and ways of thinking. It can be hard sometimes. So this is a stone that helps us to like get out of our own way and maybe see things from a new perspective. Septarian is lovely for the solar plexus, and it's helpful for healing the skin and wounds as well as muscle spasms. It's wonderful for kind of bolstering our sense of self and getting to know ourselves really well. This helps us to be vulnerable as we go through any kind of self-healing or inner reflection, so that we can see the cause, our own internal causes of struggle, so that we can maybe change our perspective or change the belief or habit that we have, so that we can get out of our own way and embrace life in a new way. It's wonderful too for supporting the vulnerability that work requires. So it's great for shadow healing. And shadow healing is very much healing within the self, and also helps to support your sense of personal identity. Desert rose selenite helps with redefining ourselves, especially after any kind of loss or big change in life. It can help us to make big changes through small, consistent efforts, and it's wonderful to relieve stomach upset, acne, eczema, and even fighting off viruses. Helpful too with animal wellness and with the well-being of men. Definitely a great stone for men's health. And it's really a great stone for paperwork around real estate, as well as actually finding a place to live, whether it's buying a place or renting a place. So that is desert rose selenite. So we'll go ahead and put those around here. Spun one of these around. There we go. Tiger iron is tiger eye with hematite, and in some cases red jasper. This one can be really helpful for restoring and clearing the blood because of the hematite, as well as relieving fatigue, boosting energy, and helping to bring a lot of clarity of thought as well as emotional balance. Wonderful too for helping with those boundaries, especially if you tend to take on the troubles and difficulties of others onto yourself. This can really help with like enforcing that boundary. Wonderful for nervous kids and animals, for creativity, and for balancing the root with the solar plexus. The root chakra is basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, fear and safety, and the solar plexus is our center of self and personal identity. So that's tiger iron. And red tiger eye is highly protective, spiritually and on the mundane level. It's also excellent for calling in financial abundance in a hurry. And isn't it just so pretty, red tiger eye? So let's go ahead and bring that in. There we go. There we go. Wonderful. Okay. And I'll come back for the rest of your requests too. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to bump the grid there. It's good to see you. Good to see you, Patty. Hey, Catherine, welcome in. Lee, good to see you too. Ah, an opal. Let's bring in pink opal. Pink opal helps with renewal, and it's also really helpful for merging our intuition with our conscious mundane mind. Helpful for self-healing and meditation practices with connection to the other spirit realms, like the angelic realms, or visiting our ancestors or our animal guides, any kind of shamanic journeying. Lovely for physical level, lungs, heart, spleen, and connective tissue. And it's really helpful for diabetes, hypoglycemia, and also for setting a tone for nonviolence. And I always like to mention this in every stream, but everything I do is complementary in nature. I'm well aware of the limits of what I can do to help everybody, and I'm happy to help support you with any intention you have, but I don't see anything I do as a replacement for anything else. I'll be the first one to admit I take antidepressants and they help me, and I'm grateful that they exist. So I'm here to support you in whatever your intentions are, but I don't feel like it's new agey natural stuff versus modern stuff. I feel like all those things have their place, and it's up to us as individuals to decide how that balances for us. So let's see. We've also got, oh, this is awesome to see you all. Hey, Jennifer Vatsa, good to see you too. Oh, wonderful, MC. And yeah, fluorite would definitely help at those events too. Yeah, they can be a lot. They're a lot of energy. Okay. Enjoy your phone call though, Chris. It's all good. Little Tree is making quesadillas. Oh, awesome. Catherine, wondering if I could request something for money manifestation and foot pain. Absolutely. So let's start with some citrine. This is lovely for manifesting financial abundance and with making good financial decisions. It's also helpful for things like nausea, fibromyalgia, addictions, compulsions, and balancing logic with intuition. And that can be particularly helpful if you're someone who is intuitive and you're like, but how does that apply to like my day-to-day? Citrine's one that helps bring a lot of balance there. So there's citrine. For the pain in your foot, let's bring in first some howlite. This can help any joints, and there's so many different bones in the feet. This also helps bones too. So howlite helps with bone integrity as well as integrity of the joints, whether it's an acute injury or like a chronic pain. It's thought to help with, on an emotional level, things like anger, resentment, and frustration as well. So we'll go ahead and bring these in. This is one of my favorites for like really any kind of joint or bone type issue. And lapis can be really helpful when it comes to pain and inflammation in general. It's also a really helpful stone when it comes to career improvement. Anything with the inner ear, as far as like vertigo and hearing loss, helps you with getting organized, and it also helps with personal responsibility and just general integrity if you're looking to grow those skills within yourself, like follow through and talk to do ratio, as my friend Janie would say. It's one too that helps with good, honest, open communication, as well as truth and honesty. So that is lapis. So I hope that that helps, Catherine. The polychrome jasper may help too. Hey, still not still. Hey, welcome back, Derek. Good to see you. Okay, awesome. Let me just tick back, make sure I didn't skip anything. Awesome. Ooh, and look, I remembered this time without being reminded. If you haven't hit that like button by now, please consider doing so. Look at me being a good YouTuber. Oh, here comes some sirens. Hang on. Okay, good stuff. So, intentions, relief from 3 hours of phone calls to get medicine figured out. There was math involved. Oh, that's not my strong suit. Oh, no, it's not. Pain in lower extremities, soul integration, heart chakra opening. Stones, honey calcite and moonstone are in there. Also, we can bring in some kunzite for sure. And let's see. I'm going to also bring in I'm going to add a couple in for you too. Okay. Awesome. So per your request, let's bring in that pink kunzite. This brings in lots of love, commitment-based love, healing the heart, especially after any kind of heartache or heartbreak. And it is the stone of compassion. I always feel so close to the Kuan Yin when I hold this stone. It helps with hormones, chemical sensitivities, and neuralgia. And it can be really good for popping back after anesthesia and helping with sleepless babies and new moms, which seem very related to one another. So that is pink kunzite. For having been on the phone for that long, trying to sort out that mess, I'm sure that can be, at least for me, it's overstimulating. So this is snowflake obsidian. This is great for calming overstimulation, helping to come back to balance in body, mind, and spirit. And it can also bring in a lot of serenity and peace. It's a helpful stone for dealing with loneliness, with guilt, for regaining a sense of hope, and also for clairaudience, which is our intuitive sense of hearing. So that is snowflake obsidian. Malachite may help with the pain in the lower extremities, in addition to the polychrome jasper and the howlite and the lapis. Malachite can help with arthritis, inflammation, pain, as well as depression, anxiety, insomnia. My favorite way to work with this stone is to help work through difficult emotions so that we can leave them in the past and move forward free from them. It also helps with things like phobias and fears, particularly fear around flying, and it can help us to connect with the Archangel Raphael. So that is malachite. And rhodonite, because I know psoriatic arthritis is classified as like an autoimmune, and this is a wonderful autoimmune stone. allergies, asthma, all of that kind of stuff, the lungs in general, as well as insecurities, healing from past emotional abuse, and balancing yin and yang in the body. So I'm going to bring that into that. Definitely cannot hurt. So I hope that that helps. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, I hope all is going well. Still not still request. Stuff going well with person who is very difficult to talk to, and physical restoration. Gotcha. So we already have blue lace agate, which does make it easier to discuss things, especially that are difficult to express, usually emotionally. But this is anhydro, and anhydro can be really helpful. And that's, by the way, anhydro is any stone that has water trapped within it that the crystal formed around. It is almost impossible to see it on camera. You really have to kind of look closely, but trust me, there is some water trapped in here. This helps with everything from fluid imbalance to releasing destructive emotional patterns to helping determine the credibility of information or an individual. In this case, for you, it's also really helpful for amicable relationships with people that we have a difficult time getting on with, as well as helping to access aspects of the future or the past that we'd like to connect for in healing. So that is anhydro. So I hope that that helps. And physical restoration. Definitely the pink opal. Restoration, like physical restoration, I would usually grab tree agate or moss agate, both of which happen to be there. So I'm going to bring in some shungite. This can help with healing on the physical level as well as like deep clearing energy. So whether it's like skin and tissue repair or releasing stress, emotional pain, or even releasing energy blocks, shungite can really help. It also helps to shield you from geopathic stress or lots of electromagnetic fields that maybe aren't helping so much. Not too many people are sensitive to electromagnetic fields, but if you are, shungite is very helpful. I had a friend who used to live basically right next to a bar, and the noise didn't bother her, but the electromagnetic smog of like their office, their computers and all of that was just very much present in her room, and we basically hung some shungite along the wall and it really helped neutralize it. So I feel like that can help the physical restoration too. So I hope that that helps. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Oh, soul integration for Jen. I didn't even think about it. Let's bring in indigo gabbro. This really helps with integrating spiritual and physical and bringing that all together. Indigo gabbro also goes by the name mystic merlinite, and this is a stone that can help us with things like menstrual pain, menopause, with that spiritual integration and a deep connection with our spiritual self. It also helps with intuition, dreams, and meditation, and any kind of shadow work. This is one that helps to reveal and shine some light on some detrimental tendencies, the things we do that kind of hold us back overall. So that is indigo gabbro or mystic merlinite. I'm going to go ahead and bring in a couple more of those, because that feels like a good stone for the day. There we go. And Let's also bring in some other requests from Patty. So shungite. Oh, we got shungite. We got sugilite. We got kunzite, fuchsite, and galena. Fuchsite, galena. So galena helps with really energy balancing and energy protection on all levels. It helps with grounding and centering and, being, if you feel very like energetically just kind of thrown for a loop, this is a lovely one for kind of coming back to center. It also helps with healing insights about your physical body, as well as reducing inflammation. And it can be really helpful for things like boils and cysts and even acne in some cases. It's wonderful for restoring your sense of smell, for supporting healing of the veins, and also for healthy hair growth and hair health, as well as mental emotional transformations. If you are someone who works with your astrology, galena is lovely for working with any kind of big Saturn transits, as well as helping with winnings of money and the return of anything lost or stolen from you. So this is galena. Galena does have a considerable quantity of lead within it, so do be careful with it. But that is galena. Sugilite helps with connection to the interconnectedness of everyone, everywhere, unity consciousness, very crown chakra oriented. This helps to make us aware that when we say other people, it's really an extension of ourselves. What we put out into the universe, we put into ourselves too. So this can definitely help with things like world peace and harmony between others. As well as fuchsite, this can bring in lots of fun energy, happy energy. This helps with healing things like carpal tunnel and encouraging play and fun just for play and fun. It helps too with sleep disorders, spinal alignment, and doing any kind of inner child work. So that is fuchsite. There we go. And we do have a couple more left from Chris. So let's bring in some Herkimer, some sapphire, angelite, and celestite. Oh, and I think I saw amazonite on the list, so I'm going to bring that in too. Garnet. So green aventurine helps us to expand our vision of ourself and what we're capable of. This is one that is deeply encouraging. It's also wonderful for the heart rhythms, allergies, fertility, and eye problems. So that is aventurine. If ever you're struggling with, I don't think I can do this. This is the stone of, well, let's see if you can. Let's see if you can. So let's go ahead and bring that in. Garnet helps with things like organization, practicality, and making the most of the resources you have, which very much includes your time. It also helps with finding balance and strength, as well as creativity and even courage when you need it. This is also a stone that I recommend if you are doing any kind of big organizing projects or reorganizing projects. I think I want to pull these up here for now and see where they land. So that is garnet. Garnet is also January's birthstone, and it is so well suited for that. It is a very Capricorn stone. Celestite is very angelic. It helps us to connect to our spirit guides as well as our angels, and it also helps with discernment. If you struggle with, is this insight? Is this intuition? Is this a fear? Is this just my logic kind of sensing something? This can help you suss that out. Also helpful for connection to the crown chakra and third eye chakras. So that is celestite. Angelite is, just as the name would suggest, helps us to connect with our angels and our guides. It also offers a considerable amount of really deep spiritual protection. It helps to deepen our connection and experiences of sound healing, and it's wonderful for helping you to feel more connected to Source. So that is Angelite. There we go. Amazonite can help with support of the spine and spinal nerves. So whether it's back problems, if it's related to the actual bones, or if it's something with the nerve, something like a sciatica or neuropathy or neuralgia, this is a lovely stone to work with. Also really helpful for supporting those who care for others before they think of themselves. So it's a wonderful gift for a nurse or anyone that does that kind of work. It's very calming, and it also helps with luck, especially around like winnings and like games of chance and things like that. So that is Amazonite. Sapphire helps with connection to our angels, and it also boosts anything around like mediumship or channeling. If you do that work for other people, Sapphire can help you to, in a way, like express your impressions in a way that is most meaningful to your querent, to the person who asked the original question. It's also helpful for eyes, ears, the thyroid, dementia, and even for envisioning a good possible outcome in difficult times. Very angelic, and if you do use this in meditation and in channeling, definitely pair it with a good grounding practice. So that is sapphire. And Herkimer diamond, which is actually quartz from the Herkimer, New York region in the US. This is lovely for boosting manifestation as well as intuition. It can help to balance metabolism. It aids in relaxation. And most importantly, it helps us to be in the moment, which is really helpful in so many ways, but especially when we're manifesting. When we're manifesting, we're thinking about the future and where we want to go. This helps us to have a moment to be here and in the present and grateful for what we have in this moment before we jump to the next. So this is Herkimer diamond. Hey, Korakar, good to see you. Big nap energy, we can do that. All right, big nap energy. Let's bring in some labradorite. Big nap vibes. So this is labradorite. This can help with not only improved sleep, but also workplace harmony and calming disputes. It's lovely for clairvoyance, and that's our spiritual sense of sight, as well as research, study, and detailed fine attention to things. It helps too with enjoying travel. So that is labradorite. So I hope you have a beautiful and restoring nap. Weight loss and diabetes. I believe it's pink opal that can help with that, but also serpentine. Serpentine is lovely for things like blood sugar issues, diabetes, hypoglycemia. It helps with calcium and magnesium deficiencies. Oops. Just seeing some like weird warning signals on the internet. So just heads up there. If you lose me for a moment, I'll probably be right back. Also helps with calcium and magnesium deficiency, as well as muscle weakness, rashes, eczema. Some folks also use it for trance meditation. So let's bring in Septarian, or sorry, not Septarian, Serpentine. Ah! Let me fix that. There we go. Now we're all back together. Okay, there we go. Okay, and for weight loss, let's bring in some blue apatite. This helps with not only weight loss, but in any way that you might want to shift your relationship to food. So whether that is just healthier attitudes around food or the role it plays in your life, weight loss or weight gain, this can be really helpful. It's also really helpful for learning about our soul's purpose and for courage as we embrace that soul's path. This helps us with harmony and inner peace and also strengthens our energy field or aura. So let's go ahead and bring in that blue apatite. I hope that that helps, Korakar. Honey calcite, crystals for ADHD, motivation, studying. Gotcha. Honey calcite is in there. ADHD lapis can help with that, but so can chalcopyrite or peacock ore. This helps with executive function, which can be a real challenge for folks with ADHD or, in my case, PTSD. That's like big level planning kind of stuff. So this can be really helpful. It's also helpful for birth and rebirth. So that is peacock ore or chalcopyrite. Let's see if I can place it in the middle there. Let's see if it stays. Let's see. There we go. And motivation. Got lots of stones for that. One of my favorites for motivation is bumblebee jasper and polychrome, but let's see what else we have. And also for studying. Gotcha. So for motivation, let's bring in some mookaite. This also goes by Australia jasper. This can also help with accepting change and making decisions, as well as boosting the immune system, calming digestion, and it's also got an indication for helping ease bladder pain. It's lovely for connection to the earth, as well as not only motivation, but also a renewed sense of adventure. It helps us to, on the physical level, with the thyroid, bloating, and circulation. So that is mookaite or Australia jasper. And for studying, let's bring in some tiger eye and some pyrite. So tiger eye is really helpful with study and research, and it also protects against envy and jealousy. It brings in lots of courage, lots of strength, lots of balance, and also big picture thinking. So it helps you to take all of the stuff that you're studying and see it as one big cohesive thing rather than just a collection of facts. And it's wonderful too for things like entrepreneurship, in that it's great for like seeing the big picture, but also how all the little pieces add up into something larger. So that is tiger eye. And another one that I really like for studying is pyrite. Pyrite, among other things, can help with the brain and memory, and it can help with information recall. So that's lovely for studying. It's also helpful for boosting intuition while providing protection and for manifesting financial abundance. It's fool's gold, so it helps call in the real stuff. It's wonderful too for fever, the lungs, and it's also thought to help the body make the most of a Reiki session. And it's thought to be helpful for the side effects of radiation treatments. So that is pyrite. There we go. So that is pyrite. Manifestation quartz, you got it. Manifestation quartz is exactly what it sounds like. This quartz will help take anything that we are manifesting and help boost it to the heavens so that this can be heard. So think of it as like the birthday candle in the grid, but everyone can go ahead and put what they're manifesting into it and ask that it be amplified. So that is manifestation quartz. Dream recall is definitely having a moment. Pre-night, which is right here, that can help with dream recall. And blue kyanite can help with understanding your dreams too. So they're both in there. Emerald and or peridot, they're both in there too. Hey Chris, welcome back. Yeah, so emerald is in there and peridot is in there. Trying to see if I missed anybody. Awesome. So I think that's it. And let's also bring in, let's see. Yeah, let's bring in one more. Bear with me one moment. So golden healer quartz. So golden healer. And by the way, I'm reading from The Crystal Healer Volume 2 by Philip Permut. And this one is great for, it's great for all the chakras, but it's especially good for helping flow energy through the body in a really balanced way. It balances the meridians and the chakras. It helps the immune system, repair skin damage, including burns and sunburns and cuts and abrasions. Emotionally, it's great for self-healing, strengthening your energy field, removing energy blocks, and making lifestyle and behavior changes when they'd be in your best interest. helps to release fear, past hurts, and self-judgments. Particularly good if you feel that that a place like isn't for you, like if you have a persistent feeling of not fitting in. Attracts abundance and prosperity. Good for cutting ties with the past, cutting cords, bringing emotional balance, and restoring self-esteem. It helps to clear and reboot. It's a good stone of rebirth. And it can also help heal any kind of traumatic energy being held in a room. And so again, that's the Crystal Healer Volume 2 by Philip Permut. So let's go ahead and bring some in. And I have been gifted these by Vincent, Cora Carr, and Chris. So thank you all. And this is Golden Healer. Pretty. So let's go ahead and bring some in. And I feel like there's room for one more something. Let me pick one for us. Let's see. I think this one is always a perpetual favorite, and that is the hand-carved quartz that has the two fish. So in Chinese medicine, balance is seen as movement. We want energy to move in a balanced way. And if you look really closely, you'll see right here, those are the scales of a fish. There's an eye of a fish. And then there's a tail of another fish. It is a little hard to see, but this is a hand-carved bead that I received from a jeweler friend of mine named Jane. There's another fish, and there's two fish here, and they're swimming in harmony. One begets the other. Now, the yin and yang symbol is actually meant to depict motion. So if you look at it, it actually is the symbol of the two fish flowing in harmony. That helps to harmonize and unify energy flow. So that's always an ideal thing to have happen. So we'll bring that in for lots of balance. And just for balance in the grid, let's go ahead and do that here. This right in the center so that energy can flow. Ooh, that's a pretty grid. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone who helped to inspire this beautiful grid. Love the picking things for us. I do too. It's so fun. Thank you, everyone, so much. So I'm going to go ahead and explain what Reiki is, how it works, and then we're going to get into the healing. And for those of you who've been here before, you know what happens next. While I'm doing all of that, go ahead and help you lift the energy of the space where you are. Go ahead and think of anything that you're grateful for, anything at all. And go ahead and if you feel like you're open to it, if it's something that you feel to share in public, go ahead and pop it in the chat. Anything that you're grateful for, anything at all. And when I'm done explaining everything, we're going to get into the healing. So thank you again for being here. Cora Carr's like, that's my favorite. Yeah, you love when we used to vote on stuff? Yeah, right? That was so fun. We're just a little bit more full these days. So, okay, good stuff. So, let's get into the what is Reiki. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have y'all here. If you would like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you would like to sign up for a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you would like to go ahead and shop my healing crystals, check out LearnReikiPhiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description along with all my social media and my email newsletter. So Yeah, thank you for being here. Definitely hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. So, what is Reiki? Well, Reiki is one technique of, it's one way of expressing energy healing, and that particular word in the West has come to mean energy healing generally. Specifically, I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. This particular method was created by Mikao Usui in the 1920s in Japan during a time where anything that could even be misattributed to a religion was strictly forbidden. So this became a very secular practice of spiritual healing. And that's, I think, why it's so popular among us in the West. We can kind of insert our dogmas into the practice, and it kind of neutralizes those disparate factors. For the understanding of what energy is in this system, that comes to us from Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, which is still a big part of their society and culture today. And this involves the understanding of energy as something that is flowing through everyone and everything everywhere in the world all the time, that we're all interconnected. And that spirit, in this case, however you define that, basically supplies this beautiful, soul-affirming, life-sustaining energy that supports everyone and everything, body, mind, and spirit. It's thought that this energy is flowing through us all the time and is part of how we are resilient and healing moment to moment and day to day. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to this energy and direct more of it to you wherever you are and whenever you happen to be watching this. The cool thing about it is that you only need to be open to it, and by being here, you already are. So you don't have to do anything special. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You can even just take a deep breath in and out anytime you feel like you want to go a little deeper into the session, or if you kind of lose your focus. As we go through all of this, feel free to lay down or sit up in any kind of comfortable way for you. But you can also use this time, rather than to simply relax, if you want to use it to draw some cards, do some yoga, maybe listen, create some music, get creative, whatever feels right to you. There is no wrong way to enjoy this time. And as I send this healing to all of you, which that healing will last 25 minutes, I will turn the lights down and I will turn the music up. The lights will flow gently and slowly through several different colors. They will not flash or strobe. And I will turn the music up, as I mentioned. That is created by a wonderful musician. You can learn more about her at the bottom of the description. Thank you to everyone who has supported the channel in any way, from buying crystals to booking a session with me to contributing through the links in the description or through super chats and stickers. That is also helpful, and it helps me to purchase music from an actual musician that I can play on stream. So thank you. And during your session, you may feel some physical sensations. Some emotional energy may rise up or get released. You may also have a beautiful space of mental clarity, as well as some intuition or spiritual connection that helps you to feel a little bit more liberated and a little bit more connected, and maybe even a deep intuition. You may also have a lovely healing nap, and that's a great way to enjoy your Reiki session. Know too that Reiki is not limited by my human limitations. Whenever you're watching this, if you're here live or if you're watching this as a pre-recorded event, you can go ahead and feel the Reiki just the same. And that said, anytime you need some Reiki healing, if I'm not here, check out the past healing live stream playlist, or go ahead and click on the live button and look at any past live, and you can just experience the energy healing as it suits you whenever you need it most. You can also check out my regular live stream schedule, which is listed in the description below. So thank you so much for being here. Let's get into the healing. And at the end of that 25 minutes, I'll be able to then read your requests or questions, or even hear what you experienced during your session. So thanks again so much for being here, and let's get into the Reiki. Good stuff. So, hey, Valerie. Stones to clear blockages and clear communications. You've been having computer issues. Gotcha. We've got good ones for clearing blockages. We've got shungite is excellent for electronics and for energy blockages. Smoky quartz is too. And for communication, lapis is great. And I'm going to bring in a little sodalite before we start. Sodalite helps with communication on all levels. We are moving out of Mercury retrograde, which will definitely help with the communications and the tech glitches. But this helps with expression, whether that's verbal or written or even artistic. It also helps with coming to terms with aging, with menopause. It helps in writing. It helps to ground impulses, and it's also lovely for anyone that's struggling with homesickness. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in some sodalite. Okay, so everybody go ahead, get nice and cozy. I'm going to go ahead and send y'all some Reiki. So I will see you all in about 25 minutes. Oh, you're so welcome. I will see you all in about 25 minutes. Enjoy your session. I invite you to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, come back to the space that you're in. And if you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and put that in the chat. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Hey, Sister Sheba, lots of love to you. I hope you're well. Little Tree and Flower, you are both so welcome. It's always lovely to see you both. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Valerie. Lots of love. Lots of love. May our blessings abound indeed. Thank you, Patty. You're so welcome, Renee. Okay, well, I'm going to get ready to go ahead and bring things to a close here with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. I will be back on Friday at both 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time, and Sunday at 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. May the rest of our week be filled with love, laughter, fun, and blessings, Patty. Oh, absolutely. I love that. Thank you. That's a beautiful note to end on. So everyone have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope to see you again soon. Take care and bye for now.